Or hold on. Okay, Mike and Nicole. Okay, he's on.
Hello? Yes, hi.
We have 2 minutes in the song.
Cool. Cool. Thank you. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, I will talk very loud. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. I'm calling from New York City. We're getting a snowstorm right now, so it's looking like Boise, Idaho. But yeah, I'm from New York City right now, and I am wearing the jeans that are way too skinny, uh, some awesome blue suede shoes, and a denim jacket. Hmm. Working working with my brother is like, it's a beautiful disaster. It's awesome because it's, it makes our parents happy, and it's ultimately, we've been best friends our entire life. So I recognize how, what a blessing it is to be able to create with your family on such a high level. But at the same time, yeah, it gets tough sometimes. We're both really strong-minded individuals with an opinion that we don't really keep to ourselves. And uh, like I said, especially when it comes to family, you really don't hold back. So it's awesome. Better looking. I think Max is better looking. Yeah. But that's all. That's about it. We're competitive with everything else off the dance floor, but not necessarily with each other as much as together against the world. Our parents engraved this subconscious anxiety over when we die, you're only gonna have each other, and I've been traumatized. I've been traumatized ever since. Thank you. hmm the idea of me writing the book came. First of all, I love literature. My entire life, I wrote. I love poetry. I'm a big fan of, the classic Russian poets of the 18th century. I love literature as a whole, and I always took writing seriously. But this particular idea came about after my season with Laurie Hernandez. Her manager, kind of saw the way I was handling the season, and how much, I kind of took her under my wing, and she became a little sister to me, and just my mentoring ways, and how much how much preaching and sharing and guiding and teaching I was doing with her. She was like, listen, you got to write a book, man. Like, a lot more people should hear this. And I laughed at the idea, because I thought, it's tiptoeing on a serious case of vanity for me to write a memoir at 31. But to some degree, I've lived 4 lifetimes, and this isn't just a story about me. This is a conversation about immigration, and how I'm a product of immigration. And right now, it's such a relevant conversation that I'd love to chime in and show you that, as an immigrant family, as a person that came here 23 years ago, I've not one day have I ever felt entitled. I've always felt a sense of gratitude, and that gratitude really motivated me into a lot of the success that I get to enjoy nowadays. hmm Yeah, my role on Dancing with the Stars is very different from me pursuing my solo dance career. And in this book, you'll see how long and how, I guess, decorated my competitive ballroom dance career was before joining Dancing with the Stars. Uh, but on Dancing with the Stars, my role is that of a teacher, of a partner, of a mentor, of someone whose job and job description, at least in my mind, is to be a support system for my partner, and to develop their abilities and create an awesome opportunity for them. So it's a bit out of context for me to make it about me. And that's why this book is an awesome opportunity for me to share a little bit more of myself, beyond just being someone that facilitates that for someone else. hmm Yeah, Jenna Johnson. Uh, I think it's about communication. Obviously it doesn't bother me with people that I know, but as much as I am part of this profession, and I do understand what the artistry stays on the canvas, and it mimics life, but it isn't real life, and but but I do get jealous for sure. I'm not gonna lie and say I feel comfortable about it. I do get jealous, But it's a feeling that I feel, recognize, and you know, and I'm mindful of. You know, and it doesn't mean that I act upon it, but I do get jealous naturally, for sure. Never, never, never. I will be back in the fall for sure. Yeah.
Okay, let me move us on to our next one. Let me get KRLD. It's actually going to be David Rankin.
Mm-hmm.
I think I changed it. No, I'd still say Mitch Cards. David Rankin will be the host.
Oh.
Yes, David Rankin, please. His interview is on the line. Thank you. Okay, I wasn't talking loud enough.
I love that song.
Great song. David? Hey, David, it's Michael. I have Val Shmerkowski for you. You're welcome. Your heart out is 39. Go ahead.
Hi, David. Thank you so much for having me. I love Dallas, by the way. Shout out to Dallas. I am not on the tour. I am going on tour, on my own tour with my brother and Peter. Yeah, this spring, and we'll be in the Dallas area. We'll be in Grand Prairie, the Verizon Center. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Have I ever, as a kid? You know what? When I was in early high school, middle school, I actually, in 7th grade, I wrote a poem about the Holocaust, and it was published as a young author, you know, in this little book, Nationwide, young author's book. And, you know, I don't know, maybe that planted the seeds. And then in high school, I kind of, you know, I was attracted to an older girl, and I couldn't, you know, I couldn't impress her with a car or any of the fancy stuff. I still had braces, and so you know, that was my game, was writing poetry to her, and I won her over, actually, against guys that were older than me, smoked cigarettes, and drove cars. So writing has always been a strong source of my you know, expression. Yeah, I do. A poems. Yeah, I would love to. Yeah, yeah, and you know, it's really not about that. The show is awesome because you get to meet these wonderful celebrities, and that are, you know, first and foremost awesome human beings that get to kind of grow and express themselves through dance, and I am the, you know, the person that takes them on that journey. It's really out of context to make it about me. So this book is an awesome opportunity for me to finally have a chance to speak my mind on things, and do it so in the context that it'll make sense. The show definitely made me a better teacher. It created, you know, I built a different relationship with dance because of the show. You know, I always taught. I started teaching when I was 15, dance, and for me, you know, 10 years later to end up on Dancing with the Stars, I had to readjust my teaching methods and learn a lot about choreography, learn a lot about performance, learn a lot about connecting with people, how to speak on television. But overall, Dancing with the Stars definitely changed my life. Well, the title of the book is "I'll Never Change My Name," and the context of that conversation is, you know, Chmerkovsky will never sound less foreign, but it doesn't make me less American and less proud to be an American. And that's a conversation if anything. And then, by the way, you know, there's a million things that make this book awesome. It's very conversational. It's very easy to read. It's really funny. But one thing that I'm proud of is being an American. And even though Valentin Chmerkovskiy is as foreign and as difficult to pronounce as it gets, like I said, it doesn't stop me from appreciating this incredible country and everything that it's provided me with. I don't quantify my appreciation as being better than anybody else's. I think everyone is, should be appreciative. Does it force me to appreciate it on a different level? For sure. I think, having been through the immigration process and having felt what it's like to come from a place that isn't as nice as this place, it makes you appreciate it that much more. But like I said, everyone has a story. I'm just telling mine, and I hope it inspires others. I want them to take away, well, first of all, I want them to know how important it is to love and respect your parents. And secondly, I want them to learn to be grateful and hardworking at the same time. And for me, those two things are the success. The keys to success is gratitude and work ethic. Yeah. Ego. It's great. I'm really glad that you asked that. I think pride is really important. It's got a terrible reputation right now, but pride without ego is really important. Pride is the reason you won't steal. Pride is the reason you won't cheat. Pride is where your loyalty lies, and I think pride is really important, but it's got to be an honest pride that is separated from ego. Yeah. I would hope so. I think we should all collectively be very grateful to Dancing with the Stars, and beyond that, to our fans that, have driven this renaissance of dance that we've enjoyed in the last 10 years. I talk about it in the book. I've danced way before dancing was cool. Way before Dancing with the Stars, way before anybody wanted to have me on their radio talking about my life, and so for me to right now take that for granted and not remember where I come from or remember how it was would be a shame. And so us being part of this small community together that's enjoying our lives because of the opportunities that Dancing with the Stars and our fans have given us, I think that's an ultimate bond that we should always cherish. I don't think they underestimate. I think they might misunderstand it. It's hard to read this book and you'll understand what we've been through and how grateful I am to have them. Thank you so much for having me, David. Take care.
All right. Next up, we're going to be KOA Denver. I believe they're going to be live because it's a news talk. So
let's do it. Insta Live. How you guys doing? iHeartradio, doing a radio tour. Thank you so much for everybody that came out yesterday in Staten Island. I had a blast. We're trying to make Ridgewood happen. Again, it depends on the weather. If it gets a lot worse.
This is Premier Networks. I have Val.
As of right now, it's happening.
April and
I
Marty.
also don't want to put anybody in danger.
Okay, very good. Let me switch him over. Hold on. All right, this is their producer, so he'll put you through live. Okay.
Cool.
Val is on the line whenever you're ready to put him through.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Cool. 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 Yeah. Good morning. Thank you so much for that introduction. That was awesome. Yeah, no, it was awesome. That's why I'll never change it. Yeah, and that's why I love dance so much. Is it's inclusive. It doesn't stereotype. It involves everyone. It's universal. It's loving, and it was my expression before I was able to communicate through language, and how I was able to assimilate and make friends and become part of the my community. Hmm. Yeah, I being a product of an immigrant family, just wanted to chime in and say that I've never felt entitlement ever, in this country. I've never felt like it owed me anything. I've always only felt a great deal of gratitude, and that really motivated a lot of my push and success and hard work. And the fact that Chmerkovskiy will never sound less foreign doesn't make me less American or less proud or less grateful. And that's what I want to stress. It's definitely not that my intention was not to make a political book at all. This is an awesome, fun, funny, easy conversational read. But I have an opinion that stretches beyond the dance floor, and I share it in hopefully a mindful, kind of welcoming way. I just like I said, I wanted to paint a different picture of gratitude and patriotism that. Just through a different lens. This is my little American dream story told through a different form, and it's universally, welcoming to everybody. Dance has given me an opportunity to connect with people and help people heal, help people grow, help people find themselves, and for that I'm just so grateful. Besides my own self-expression, my own feeling of therapy and fulfillment through dance, it helped me connect with some wonderful, wonderful people. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's great. It's been going great. The grass is always greener. When you got the time, I'm always anxious about not doing enough, and when I'm busy, I'm always looking for the time to sit back and reflect. But the truth is, Dance With Me has turned into an extension of that spirit of trying to help through dance, and by help, it could be as simple as just putting a smile on people's faces. Everyone that walks through those doors is part of a little family that we've created in many different communities, including, we started in the tri-state, the greater New York metropolitan area. Now we've expanded into 4 locations in Texas, and for, like I said, for us, kind of Eastern European immigrants that grew up in New York City, to have been welcomed in Texas, Dallas, Texas, Austin, Houston, along with other places, but Texas in particular, symbolically speaking, of being such a huge part of the South, has been so humbling and so motivating and inspiring. And like I said, all we want to do is contribute to those communities and be awesome members of those awesome communities. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, take care. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to...
Love you guys. If you haven't bought it, buy it. Bye.